Hey guys, Anish Majumdar here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious, and I wanted to answer a question that's really, really important, and this is going to probably apply at every level, no matter what level of seniority you're at on your career journey. This is a trap that you need to be aware of, and a trap that you need to know how to get out of. And the best way to get out of a trap is to never getting into it in the first place. What am I talking about? I'm talking about you're interviewing at a place, things are going along, chugging along, and then you get this question. Hey, what other places are you interviewing at? And would you believe that we have seen time and time again, many companies across industries actually disqualify otherwise deserving candidates because they admitted, yes, I am interviewing. Here's a few other places that I'm interviewing with. And they've disqualified them based on the grounds that, you know what, we want someone who is completely committed. Now, forget about how absolutely, I'll say it, stupid and moronic it is to think like that. Like, of course you're interviewing other places. Do you have a job offer for me? Am I starting this job? No, you're a free agent. Obviously, you're going to do that, right? Beyond taking all of that away, right? And how stupid it is. Look, if we were gonna spend this video going over all the ways corporate hiring is stupid and moronic and absolutely divorced with reality, this would be a 15,000 hour long video, right? But for the sake of this, how do you address this question? How do you do it the right way so that it doesn't blow up in your face? And no, obviously, and I think you should probably know this, right? Based on what I've been telling you so far, no, I am not suggesting that you tell them ever any names of places that you're interviewing with. Do not ever, 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 ever do that. How can you own this question the right way without then immediately stopping things in its tracks? Okay, there's a simple way, okay? And remember what I said. The goal here is to own this answer in the right way. You're not going to fake it. You're not going to be a phony about it. You're not going to pretend that you're not interviewing anybody anywhere else. I think every employer, anyone knows that if you're looking for a new role, you're interviewing at more than one place, right? So we're not going to go that route, okay? And I will never, ever, ever coach you to say a single thing out of your mouth that is a lie just to get a role, because you don't need to do that, and that weakens you, okay? What I will say though is there's a structure that you can use here. Number one, answer it, own it from a place of impact. Am I interviewing in other places? Well, my main focus, especially since the pandemic began, or especially since whatever, has been to advise business leaders on how they can address this problem, defeat this major trap that's going on in the industry, and move forward on their terms. Impact is what moves me. Impact is why we're speaking. Impact is my number one thing, right? And within that, some of the different places, it's interesting, the situations that are popping up here. And what I would basically use is impact, and then space, problem, potential. Here's what I mean. These are ways in which you can describe these companies, the situations, the things that they're dealing with without naming names, okay? Companies that are also in this software as a service space, okay? Here's a couple of things that I've been noticing. They're also dealing with talent issues. They're also dealing with international growth issues. They're also dealing with this, right? Companies, some of the leaders that I've been speaking, advising, and a lot of this is also informal as well, has been looking at these problems that they're dealing with. Problem X in terms of their decision making. Problem Y in terms of an inability to synchronize their operations or bring analytics into play, right? Or one of the things that really excites me about this space is that the potential has never been greater. I'm seeing companies right now, competitors, people who are in the same space, but also people who are, far enough away that you would never think about them. They're also trying to capitalize on this opportunity. They're trying to capitalize on the move to digital by becoming a leader in X, right? So I'm describing these companies from a human place. I'm describing it as though I were a partner to the business, and I'm describing what the situation is that they're facing. Finally, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it into where does who you're speaking with right now, where do they fit into the equation, right? That's why out of everything, my main priority here is on exploring how we can also properly, right? And 98% of this is improper in our industry, leverage this. That's why I'm interested in also solving these problems in the right way. That's why I'm interested in making sure that you guys, as a medium-sized player here, you don't get lost in the shuffle within this space, right? So that's the three-pronged sort of strategy, is starting with impact, making it clear. Am I interested in new opportunities? Always. But it's not coming from a greed place. It's not coming from a, I'm going to hold this over you phase. This is coming from a place of, I am always interested. I am always open. I will never stop looking for ways to add value. And that's not a me and you thing. That's a me thing. That's a philosophy thing, right? Very, very, very hard to judge someone on that, because obviously we're all doing that. Then I'm describing these companies in a way that doesn't compromise me. I'm not naming anyone, but I am showing my expertise in the space. I am showing that I'm in demand, and I am showing that I understand what is going on. See, I'm using this question as a way to deepen my own sense of where I'm coming from and what my value is. Space, problem, potential. These are the three big buckets that you can use to sort of describe what these companies are going through. And then finally, tie it into here, okay? Tie it into the here and now. Does that make sense? Does that jibe? And then move it right forward. And if they press you, we're gonna need some details. I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable doing that. As I'm sure you would understand, there's a lot of here and there. What I can tell you is, if we move forward, this will be my main focus when I wake up. This will be my main focus before I re-enter life with my family. I give you my word on that. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Okay? Great. You've answered it. You've done it. You've done a great job. Now, if they're ethical, they will move right forward. Stupid question notwithstanding. Okay? If they are not ethical, guess what? You can either end this thing short, or you can move away without ever looking back, because they were either looking for a way to screw you, or they had no intention of hiring you in the first place. So who cares about them? You know what I'm saying? So use it, bring it into play. Remember, vision, courage, strength always wins the day, but you've got to display that in these moments. You cannot cower, you cannot contract, you cannot become a subservient little employee. You're not an employee. You're a leader in your own way. Act like it and stand for something, okay? If this makes sense, if what I'm teaching you resonates, okay? And I'm not talking about everyone. Most people wouldn't know how to act with courage if, a God came down from on high and took them step by step by step. But if you're different, if you've got something that says, finally, out of all the BS that's out there, someone's actually telling it like it is, where you need to go to right now is helloanish.com, HELLOANISH.com. You can have access to my new masterclass. It is completely free on how to land your dream job during disruptive times. That's the exact system that I teach my masterminders, that teaches them a way, end to end, to generate their own high-level career opportunities without ever doing an ounce of regular job searching. That means no blasting out resumes. That means no answering gotcha questions. And that also means not really getting much of this either. Okay, if that interests you, Hello Anish is where you need to go. I've also synced up there a treasure trove of amazing career advice and tips that goes completely against the BS that passes for career advice out there, and will actually tell you what is really working and what is really not. Okay, that's helloanish.com. Keep the questions coming. Follow me on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn, and I'm just sending good vibes your way and wishing you nothing but the best as you take your next steps. Bye-bye.